What's up, fellow travelers? I'm Chad. This is my husband Paul, and this is our dog Orlando. And we live full-time in our Winnebago Travato camper van. I know it's been some time since we posted a video, so in this vlog we're going to talk about what we've been up to, how we're coping living in a van full-time during this pandemic, and where we're headed to next. So we're camped out on some BLM land right now on the border of Colorado and Utah, and we could not be happier because we've been pretty much stuck in the same spot for the past couple months due to this pandemic. But it wasn't so bad because we got to spend some time with family, and we actually splurged on an Airbnb, which is so not like us, but it was awesome. We were in Colorado Springs, and there were just beautiful hiking trails right outside of the house that we explored. And then there was this great park called Garden of the Gods that had these awesome red rock formations just jutting out of the ground. So we had a lot of fun, Orlando included, hiking around that area. And of course the house came fully equipped with a hot tub, which we certainly made use of. But even though we were in this awesome house, it still just didn't satisfy that itch we have to just travel around and see new things. So we decided to pick up and go, and we'll see how everything works. We have to make some changes, of course, because we want to stay as socially distant as possible, and also avoid some of the stops we would make regularly in van life, like going to gyms, to shower, to do the laundry. So in this video, we're going to show you all about how we're going to try and make it work. But in the meantime, it's time to cook some dinner. It's dinner time in the van, and because it's blazing hot here in the desert, we are gonna cook something cold. And by cook, I mean not cook at all. So here are our lovely ingredients for this meal. We have some chickpeas, black beans, salt and pepper, garlic, coconut aminos, my personal fave, some lime juice, some corn, leftover zucchini, some pretty gnarly looking cilantro, and then some tomatoes. So what we're going to do pretty much is we are going to chop them up, mix them all together in a bag. I love these bags, by the way, because there's not a lot of space for big Tupperware containers in a van. So these bags fold down and store really well, and they also wash out really well, which is important. So pretty much chop everything up, put it in a bag, and hopefully make some magic. And that's it. Dinner is done. And one of the things I love about this bag is that it's made of silicone. So I think that means it's okay for you. And it works as a marinating bag, but also a food storage bag. And totally leak proof.
So we had to make some sort of modifications because of the pandemic. We wanted to make sure that we were able to minimize our contact with other people, didn't want to have to go into stores. You know, usually one of the systems we had where we had these 2 gallon to gallon and a half plastic bottles, and we would go into the gym every day to basically shower, and we'd fill them up at the water fountain there. But all the gyms are closed, not a good idea to go into them anyway right now. So we needed some way to store even more water inside the van. So we got these bags, basically, these big, huge plastic bags. They're each 2.6 gallons. We have 4 of them. So we have this. We fill up the Berkey, which is 1.5 gallons, and this should last us much longer than the old system that we had. So that's the first thing that we did. And they fold down to nothing when they're all out of water, so they're easy to store. Yeah, and they kind of can go anywhere because they're very movable. So that was the most important thing, I think. The next thing that we did was we have right here just our masks that we have in a bottle of hand sanitizer, easy to get to if we need that, like when getting gas and stuff. And then in the back we have the other 2 things of water, extra RV toilet paper, which was difficult to find, but we found some, and food storage. So we had to really stock up on food because, again, we were staying at the Airbnb, so the last 2 days we got like a bunch of groceries delivered, so we wouldn't have to go into the grocery store. So we're kind of packed out right now, kind of full, but that's okay. It'll last us a while. And then in this cabinet, we have just a lot of wipes.
So we don't have to shower.
Yeah, if we're not able to get a shower, although...
If only you could smell through the screen what the scents are like in here.
No, it's really not that bad, because we can always shower out the back. But if we're in places where you can't really shower outside, we can use that. You can technically shower in this room. We've never done it. It seems like a huge pain because you got to put up a curtain here. So anytime we've showered, we've done it outside and just brought the hose outside. But you can't do that everywhere. So wet wipes get us between things. And that's it. That's how we're surviving right now. So we're currently on our way to Utah because a lot of the national parks there are at least partially opening up. So we're going to check out Zion and Bryce Canyon.
So we found a nice spot to camp out just outside of Bryce Canyon, and cell reception is pretty good. So I think that means we're staying for a while.
Yeah. Not that we're like always looking for cell service, but we work from the road, so we need it.
Yeah.
So.
And the views are pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Right, Orlando? Oh my gosh, it got so cold last night. We did not check the weather, and it went from like 60 to like 20 degrees at night. So we woke up in the middle of the night just shaking. But luckily I have Orlando here, who's like my little mini furnace, so I just grabbed him and cuddled with him all night. But I think Paul climbed to the top of the mountain to try and find some sunlight to warm up. So I'm gonna go and find him. Where the heck is he? Go find him! Go find Paul! Oh, I can't fit through there, buddy. Let's go this way. Oh my gosh, he's all the way up there. Paul. Let's go. It's much better.
You're in the sun. It's nice and warm.
Beautiful view. Yeah, really nice.
So welcome to Bryce Canyon.
So we are hiking down into the canyon right now. I forget what trail this is called, in Queen's Garden. But unfortunately a lot of the trails are closed, I think because of COVID and also trail maintenance. So this one looks pretty spectacular. So we're not too disappointed. Wow.
All right, so that's it for Bryce Canyon.
That was so cool.
It's really cool. And unfortunately, some of the parts were closed.
Yeah.
Like there was this really amazing trail that goes down into it. What's it called?
Navajo Loop.
Navajo Loop, but closed. So we did get to go around the rim. We went into it a little bit. It was beautiful.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of the parks are going to be just having limited openings for certain trails, but I think the really spectacular trails where it's like tight and you're hugging cliffs, maybe they're concerned about COVID, which is why they closed.
I don't know what it is, because I mean they didn't have even any signs that said like social distance or wear masks.
Yeah, that's true.
But we went to some state parks that had signs like that, and here they had nothing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. They don't seem to care. So
I feel like the coolest part about Bryce was like pulling up to it, you kind of just see all these pine trees and you don't expect to walk up to just a cliff with this overwhelming canyon with all these statuesque rock formations.
yeah,
And I'm like super scared of heights, so there were certain points when we were hiking along that rim where I felt like I was about to lose my lunch. But it was totally worth it.
yeah, it's definitely cool. But we're headed now to Zion National Park.
Yeah.
Check that one out.
And actually, I feel like one of my favorite parts about van life isn't necessarily seeing the parks, which I think are amazing, but I just love finding these little nooks in like the woods to pull off in and make your own little home and have your own little routines. So hopefully we'll find that just outside of Zion.
Yeah, we've seen some cool places, and like even like we were at that Garden of the Gods, which you showed earlier. It's a state park in Colorado, and I'd never heard of it. Like I don't see it on any maps, but it's incredible, and you can get so close to everything. It's amazing there. But this was definitely cool too. So
Yeah.
all right, that's Zion.
We found a nice spot to stay just outside of Zion National Park, and it's actually really cute. There's this old horse pen right here, surrounded by really nice mountains, and there's a stream just over there that we can bathe in, thankfully, because Lord knows we haven't had a shower in a while. And I'm gonna cook up some tofu soup, and I think that about does it for this vlog. If you want to see more questionable van life content, like, subscribe, comment below, and we'll see you in the next video. Toodaloo.